Hello, my lovelies, and welcome to Eargasms, an audiobook review show where we delve into the world of contemporary and indie romance books that make you go, Please note that all the books that I review contain adult content, so you have been warned. And with that said, here we go. Today's review is When Alphas Purr by Eva Langlais. A lion's pride isn't only defined by those he commands, but also by his hair. So when a human dares to butcher Alric's mane, he gets his revenge and claims her as his mate. Ladies' man and billionaire CEO Alric is the head of the largest East Coast pride. His usual barber Dominic is away, and he is introduced to Dominic's granddaughter, who will be cutting his hair. Very unhappy with this. A back and forth starts. Alex Alpha ways get in the way, leading Kira to take off a chunk of his hair and take off running. Releasing a rule gives chase and the games begin. Written by Eva Langlais, this is the first time I've actually listened to any of her work, and I found it rather remedial. Her writing is, I'm sorry to say this, all that I hate about romance. It was quite remedial and quite shallow. The characters didn't go anywhere. She didn't immerse us into this world. It was literally, we hit the ground running and we didn't go anywhere else. We were just running around in circles, not really being introduced to any of the characters. And so, yeah, I just found her writing very remedial. Narrated by William G. Humphrey. He is more of a narrator than a voice actor, I'd say. I've thought that his voice was very nice. It was pleasant, but he would be more suited for, say, autobiographies or some sort of educational text. I don't think that it worked so well in romance because I found it very, very flat. And it was lacking a little bit more oomph that you need in storytelling. I don't think that he actually executed it too well. So this is a shifter romance. It's about a shifter lion and a human mate. Found me literally not caring what happened to him. At the beginning, he is banging on about his luxurious mane, and God, that's just red flags right there. This is everything about romance that I absolutely hate. This is a sort of books that I just do not get on with. It wasn't structured very well. I didn't find it enjoyable. Usually I can do a 12-hour or even 16 hours at a push, right? If I'm really enjoying it, I can do that audio in a day. This took me 3 days. It took me 3 days to get through because I was just cringing out of my skin. The characters were just, they didn't go anywhere. It started and it ended, and halfway through my mind was just going anywhere but here. And now it sets it up that you can tell right at the beginning that Kira, the female protagonist, is running away from someone. I couldn't care less who she was running away from. In a way, I wish he'd got her, just so that this could be over. It was painful. I found it really painful to listen to. The female protagonist, Kira, is a spoilt brat. She didn't make sense. You know, there's a difference between an alpha and an alpha hole. This guy was just whole, just an asshole. I love an alpha romance, I do, but it has to be well written. They have to have some redeeming qualities, otherwise they're just an asshole. And that's how I found this character. There was nothing that was endearing about him. Both of them, actually, female protagonist and the male protagonist, because they were both the same. They were very shallow, they were very one-sided. She was an asshole and so was he. So, I mean, there's not much I can say about this book. It was just tedious, and I just found myself rolling my eyes at it. There wasn't very many sex scenes, and they were okay, I guess. They were just there, and my mind kind of switched off halfway through. The love story was... I just found the whole book very flat, and I'm so sorry to say that. I did not enjoy this book. And now for my ratings. The narration, I'll give it a steady 2. For the actual book and the content, that is a 2 for me. And also the sex scenes, that's a 2. It's a solid 2 all round. I think this is more on the lower end of what I expect of a good book that I'm purchasing from. But you know, different strokes for different folks. If that's your sort of thing, please do not listen to me. It's just my preference. Hey, what the fuck have I written? Nothing. So it just didn't work very well for me. This book runs in at 6 hours and 13 minutes. It took me 3 days to get through it. I just couldn't do it because I wasn't interested in it. And it's not that I don't like shifter music. I loved Twilight. And I've read loads of other shifter books, but this one just did not work for me. So unfortunately, it's not a good review for me today. Thank you so much for joining me. Today is a short one because it doesn't really go anywhere. If there's any books that you would like me to review, please leave it on the comments below. Don't forget to click like and subscribe so that my content gets out to people who love romance also. And I shall see you all soon.